Authority matters more right now than it ever has before, and that's because the way people decide who to trust has evolved. Prospects don't automatically trust companies anymore. They trust people who show up consistently and make complicated topics easy to understand. If you work in health or wealth, building authority is one of the most impactful ways to grow your business in 2026. So today, I'll show you how authority is built, what matters and what doesn't, and how to start showing up online without overcomplicating everything. Let's ground this in reality. Authority today comes from three things working together: people finding you, understanding you, and believing you. That's it. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You need to be the one who explains things clearly and shows up often enough that people recognize you. The first step to building authority is simple. Pick one topic your clients ask about consistently and commit to explaining it publicly in your own words on a regular basis. When people repeatedly see you answer the same question clearly, trust begins to form. LinkedIn or YouTube are great platforms to start building authority, and you don't need to post every day. What matters is consistency and usefulness. So do this. Write down the top 3 questions that your clients ask you every single week. And every time you finish a client call, jot down one thing that you feel like you explained well. These are your content topics. If people start resonating with those topics, they'll want to learn more about you. That's why you also need a website. Your website supports the presence that you establish elsewhere. A clean design, clear language, and obvious next steps matter more than flashy features. If someone lands there, they should immediately understand who you help, what problems you solve, and how to contact you. Then there's Google. Claim your Google business profile if you haven't already. Make sure your information is accurate, and ask happy clients for reviews, because even a handful of genuine reviews dramatically increases trust. Once you have those basics established, long-form content is where authority really starts to accelerate. This doesn't mean producing something overly polished or perfect. It just means taking the time to explain one topic thoroughly instead of chasing short-term attention. Pick a topic and outline it like this: what people think, what's actually true, what they should watch out for, and what they should do next. Record or write from that outline and aim for a 10 to 15 minute video. Then you can reuse that to create shorter form content. And when creating content, authenticity matters. Generic information does not build authority anymore. Your interpretation does. People want to know how you see things, what you've learned, what you've seen go wrong, and what you wish more people understood sooner. That means forming opinions and being comfortable sharing them. No, you do not need to be extreme or controversial. You just need to be honest. A simple way to do this is to reflect on patterns. What mistakes do you see people make repeatedly? What myths keep coming up? What assumptions tend to hurt people long term? When you speak from experience, people remember and relate to you. Authority grows when credibility feels human. Now, let's talk about where you should be teaching your audience, beyond social media or your website. Educational sessions like webinars and seminars give people a chance to hear how you think, how you walk through and approach decisions, and how you explain processes. I recommend creating one recurring educational moment. Monthly works really well. Pick a topic, walk people through it, and invite questions. Teaching in real time builds trust faster than almost anything else. Try a 30-minute monthly Ask Me Anything session. Choose one topic and end with a Q&A. And keep this in mind. Authority doesn't come from doing everything. It comes from doing a few things well, repeatedly. Choose a rhythm that you can sustain. Something realistic, because consistency beats intensity every time. And at the same time, clarity speeds everything up. When you speak to a specific group with shared challenges, people feel seen. They recognize themselves in your message. So if you want faster traction, narrow your focus. Niche down. Speak directly to a defined audience and address their most common concerns. The clearer the lane, the faster authority starts to form. So try this. Pick your niche using this sentence: I help group with a specific problem, so they can, specific outcome. Then make your 5 posts for that group, not everyone. Now, not everything will work, and that's okay. That's part of the process. Pay attention to what people engage with, though. What's getting questions? What's sparking replies? Those signals matter more than vanity metrics. And when something does resonate, lean into it, expand on it, revisit it from different angles. Because when something consistently falls flat, that's when you should let it go. Authority isn't about guessing. It's about listening and adjusting. Most people overthink content ideas and under-listen to their audience. The easiest way to know what to talk about is to track the questions you hear every week. When you create content that directly answers those questions, people feel understood and trust starts to accelerate. Starting a running list in your phone called client questions. Every time someone asks something, add to it. That's your content bank. But trust doesn't come from credentials alone. It comes from reliability. Respond when people reach out, acknowledge comments, and thank people for their engagement. Those small moments add up. Authority grows when people feel like you're present, not distant. Engagement turns visibility into relationships. So block 10 minutes after every post you make just to reply, comment, and acknowledge others. Now, let's talk about social proof. This reinforces everything that you say. When appropriate, share stories that show outcomes. What changed for someone? What problem was solved? What clarity was gained? Reviews and testimonials don't have to be dramatic. They just need to be real. Even simple feedback builds credibility when it reflects genuine experience. Make it a habit to collect proof over time and share it thoughtfully. Create a simple template email and say something like, if you feel comfortable sharing a quick review about your experience, it would really help others know what to expect from me. Send it once per month to one client, just to start. Now, of course, we have to talk about AI. Use AI to speed up your research, organize ideas, outline content, or repurpose what you've already created. Let it handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on judgment and insight. A practical starting point with AI is this. Take a piece of content that you've already made and use AI to help turn it into another format. A script into an outline, a video into social media captions, a talk you gave into an article. Your authority comes from experience. AI simply helps you express it more efficiently. So in 2026, authority means building a community. Authority deepens when people stay connected between moments. A simple community space gives people somewhere to return, ask questions, and continue learning. It doesn't need to be large, it just needs to be active and intentional. Over time, community becomes an ecosystem that supports everything else that you're building. Create one simple community platform, like a Facebook group, LinkedIn group, or email newsletter, and invite people to join after every touch point. Also, consider your network. Working with other professionals expands credibility quickly. When you collaborate, you borrow trust and offer value at the same time. New audiences meet you through someone that they already respect. Start small with one conversation or one shared discussion, or just one guest appearance. Authority transfers through proximity. Now, with all of this said, authority is fragile. Staying current, verifying information, and a willingness to change your mind with new information matters. The strongest authorities aren't static. They're curious, careful, and committed to accuracy. Set a recurring 20-minute weekly block to review industry updates and verify anything that you plan to teach. In closing, authority isn't built through hacks or shortcuts. It's built by showing up consistently, explaining things clearly, listening carefully, and delivering value over time. When you commit to that process, trust starts to compound, and growth follows. If this resonated with you today, or you need help building authority, head over to the AmeriLifeMarketingMentors.com, follow and subscribe. We're here to help you every step of the way. For the AmeriLife Marketing Mentors, I'm David Belleville, and we'll see you next time.